Hello, my name's Carrie Slaymaker. I'm a bilingual, school-based speech-language pathologist with many years of experience in the field. I also have the privilege of working as a speech-language pathology mentor. Through these two roles, I have learned a lot about educational law and the importance of writing an effective and compliant Individualized Educational Plan, or IEP. School-based practice is driven by effective, compliant, individualized educational plans. A multidisciplinary team, including the parents or caretakers, should always work in conjunction with one another to create a plan that represents the needs of the student, consider best practices to meet those needs, and gather a wealth of content from many sources of which to draw when creating this plan. Today we're going to talk about alignment of the Individualized Educational Plan, which is to say to make sure all the pieces of the plan work or align with one another. This will mean understanding the purpose for each section, how to gather the necessary information, and how to work as a congruent team with other members who are simultaneously working on the same document. Areas that we're going to discuss today, although they're not the only areas for which we would be concerned about alignment, include the PLAF, which is the acronym PLAAFP, or Present Levels of Academic Achievement and Functional Performance. You might also hear it described as the PLOP, PLOP, Present Level of Performance. We'll talk about goals, parent concerns, and supplementary aids and supports. So let's start with the present level of academic achievement and functional performance, or the PLOF. This is a space where we can write about the student, what they're doing well, and where they have continued needs. When thinking about alignment, goals should align with needs, and strengths can align with many areas, such as supplementary aids, prompting levels within a goal, minutes, and even the environment of service delivery. So let's talk about some examples and some things we want to do and some things we don't want to do. Let's start with an example of what to do. We would want to indicate within the PLOF, for example, how visual aids support a student in a specific task, hopefully using both quantitative and qualitative input. Then we would use this information to inform our goal. This serves as a baseline of what the student can do without support, and then what the student can do with that support. Let's talk about then an example of something we don't necessarily want to do. For instance, we don't want to indicate that the student is only able to attend for 30 seconds to a minute, and then offer that services will be offered for 60 minutes once a week. That might be an example of how we're not making the plan individualized for the student's strengths and areas of need. Another example of this would be to indicate that the student has difficulty following auditory instructions, but then not address this difficulty either within the goals or supplementary aids. To talk about another area, let's go into parental concerns. We always need to include our parent and caretaker concerns. It is best to have these concerns documented before the meeting, but also to be visited again at the time of the meeting. We want to address their concerns, and there are multiple places within the IEP that this can be done. Again, such as the PLOF, where progress towards a previous goal that is in line with the parent concerns can be addressed. Additionally, within the new proposed goals, and within the supplementary aids, just to name a few. Something we want to do in this area is to consider our parental concerns and then directly indicate how they are going to be addressed through goals, aids, and progress that align with those stated concerns. Something we don't want to do is forget to add our parents' concerns within the document, and then of course to not address them in other areas throughout the document. So our next area is to talk about supplementary aids and supports. I'm going to start by having a brief review of supplementary aids taken from the Individuals with Disabilities Educational Act. This is the act that helps to ensure our students do have a free and appropriate education. It stipulates that each child's IEP must contain a statement of the special education and related services and supplementary aids and services based on peer-reviewed research to the extent practicable, to be provided to the child or on behalf of the child, and a statement of the program modifications or supports for school personnel that will be provided to enable the child to advance appropriately towards attaining their goals, to be involved in and making progress in the general education curriculum, to participate in extracurricular and other non-academic activities, and to be educated and participate with other children with disabilities and non-disabled children in the activities described. So something we want to do is make sure that we look at those supplementary aids and make sure that they align with pieces within the document. So for instance, we want to make sure that it is documented that a specific aid or support does help this particular student. What we don't want to do is offer a suggestion of something that might be helpful, but we have no documentation to back that support. These are just a few sections within the IEP and only a small number of the endless examples of what to do or not to do when creating an IEP. I cannot stress enough how important it is to gather information to create this document as a team, including the parents or caretakers. Additionally, I recommend to continue to collaborate throughout the life of the IEP to make sure that it continues to be the best plan for the students throughout the year. IEP amendments or review revisions can occur at any time necessary. We do not need to wait for the annual review if changes are needed to best meet the students' needs. We are very interested to hear what you've already been doing to keep your IEPs in alignment. You can write what works for your district or post questions directly on the Facebook page. Or feel free to reach me directly at Carrie S, C-A-R-R-I-E-S as in Sam, at healthproheritage.com. To learn more about school code and alignment, start with your state's State Board of Education. You might also find helpful resources through your state's professional association. So, for instance, the Illinois Speech, Language, and Hearing Association is a great place for SLPs in Illinois to gather information. For an example of an Iep Compliance Checklist, check out the Georgia Department of Education at www.gadoe.org or see if your own state has a similar support. If not, this could be a great initiative for you in your district. Writing efficient, individualized, compliant, and aligned IEPs can feel overwhelming, but gathering necessary documentation, having strong lines of communication, and consistently considering IEP alignment will help your team reach their IEP goals. Thank you so much for your time and watching this Right Way Wednesday. Your comments and suggestions are welcome. We look forward to offering more content on school-based delivery, and I'll be back soon to discuss considerations of cultural and linguistic accommodations for the IEP. Thank you so much.